What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Valero Texas Open betting preview. DB here, Pat. Your boy is coming in hot. The Tour Junkies are coming in hot. Can I get a, hey man, testify? Hey man, can I get a witness over here? Did you, sir, have a Sam Burns 50-1 ticket? I did. Did you, sir, have a Taylor Moore 50-1 ticket a week ago? I did. Are you riding hot? Are your pants getting warm because you are hot, sir?
My pants fell off. I'm so hot.
Oh, dang. Really? Stand up, dog. Show us, daddy.
Okay, no.
Listen, what a week. Gosh dang it. DB had the nuts on Sunday afternoon. What a great day it was at the match play. Your boy had both Sam Burns and Cam Young on the betting card. And listen, we talk about it from time to time when we win and when we lose, right? It takes a little bit of luck. It takes a little bit of something weird happening. It's always something weird happening late on a Sunday, either in your favor or not in your favor when you bet on golf. It happened for Pat the week before with Taylor Moore, kind of coming out of nowhere. Not really, they didn't really show any of his golf shots. Adam Schenk gets boned up against a tree, and the next thing you know, Taylor Moore wins. It's happened on the wrong side of it. We've had it happen to us on the wrong side.
Colin Morikawa earlier this year.
Morikawa, yeah, at the Century. So, but I gotta say this, Pat. I felt like I just woke up Sunday morning and I just felt different. I just literally felt it. I felt like it was going to be a grueling day, but I felt like the possibility of having both guys in the finals was going to happen. And I just felt so good about it. I got in the Nut Hut before the first match started, and I wrote this, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. And I just feel like it just set the tone. I said, fellow golf betting patriots, today is surely a great day. For today, those of us with big balls have the opportunity to ride the lightning of having the final match of the WGC Dell Match Play as a completely unhindered, unbridled, and free ball and free rolling masterpiece. No stress. No stress.
Yeah.
Because if you tail the card, you got it. Our enemies are giants in the game with experience, battle scars, and trophies galore. However, our young warriors burns with fervor, vitality, vigor, and thirst for the taste of victory. Some say greater than their more decorated opponents. Let us all thank the golf gods for this blessed opportunity and not take for granted the path that led us here, but rather let us keep our heads, keep our cool, not mush shit, not lose hope, and drag our big betting balls all over Austin, Texas. Shout out Tito's. You should sponsor us. For on this day, March 26th of 2023, let the golf betting public never forget the day the Big Balls Mafia had the final match of the WGC Dell Match Play by the balls. And boy, did it happen. God, it got me lit. And we had adversity, Pat. We had adversity. I mean, I thought it was done. Freaking the world number one, Scotty Scheffler, missed a 5-footer. A 5-footer.
5-footer to win.
To just open up the door
match
for his best buddy, Sam Burns, to take him down. But gosh dang it, Pat.
All Rory had to do was get up and down, well, to tie, but on the 19th hole. But, I mean, he should have won that match. I mean, he had Cam Young on the ropes. On the ropes.
I kind of had a feeling Cam was coming back. And it was partially on Cam and partially an indictment against Rory. I did not think that Scotty Scheffler was letting Sam Burns back in.
No, I didn't either.
But dang. So now, Big Balls betting card officially up 30 units. Pat, your card is still up what?
25 units, I believe. Something in that nature.
And dang, guys, I mean, this is hard to do. Where when freaking Scotty Scheffler or John Rahm have won, what, five events out of 11 in 2023? It's hard to do. So I'm patting us on the back.
Yeah,
am I patting us on the back right now? Abso-stinking-lutely, I am.
That's a great shirt.
Abso-stinking-lutely. Yeah.
It's one could say, DB, that the butterfly that was drawn onto my face by my own hand that represented rebirth.
Mhm.
It 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 is what has been said has come true.
Mhm.
What has been prophesized,
Prophesized? Prophesied?
prophesied,
Prophesied.
prophesied.
Oh my god.
The prophets themselves are flying off like butterflies right now. They have thrown favor upon us. And that's just what happens when you're willing to draw a butterfly on your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know
Well
where I
said.
was I don't
Well
know
said.
where I was going with that, but things have gone pretty well since the butterfly, is all
Things
I'm
have
saying.
gone well. Things have gone well. 3 outright winners since the Honda. It's going well right now, which
Yeah.
we gotta remember this. We gotta keep our cool because betting
Mhm.
doesn't always go like this. There's ebbs and flows, highs and lows, okay? Knees and toes. I'm just saying. So, everybody just strap up and let's just keep this puppy rolling, and we're ready to do it tonight. First of all, Pat, we've talked about the Final Four, but I wanna go down the board. Presented by our friends at Leaderboard. The show is sponsored by our friends at Leaderboard, the best on-course golf app you can put on your phone, but only if you have iOS, because if you have an Android, you're a loser anyway. No, just kidding. Um, it is coming to Android markets soon, but iOS only for right now. Okay. Lovely app if you want to, use GPS, keep track of your own score and your stats. Where do you miss the fairway? Where do you miss the green? How many putts per round? How many birdies you making? What's your average par three strokes gained or average score? What's your par four, par five? Okay. Then you keep track of it all, and then it sends it straight to the Gen app because they have a connection with the USGA.
Mhm.
You're playing betting matches with your friends on the weekends, and you get confused and you hate dotting all the scorecards because it's annoying. Well, guess what? Pull all of it into Leaderboard. Leaderboard takes the handicaps, dots the card for you, tells you who's stroking on every hole, and then when the match is over, whatever game you pick to play, Leaderboard says, "Hey, DB, you owe Pat $50. Here's Venmo." And you click it over, then you go to Venmo, and then you pay Pat, and you're done. Settle up. It's a great app. Click the link below. It's in the description of the video and the podcast. Use referral code TJ when you sign up. It's free. It's free to download, and it's free to operate completely within app as well. It's a lovely company, lovely app, lovely people out there. And they also have the family sweat bet that they're paying somebody a hefty amount this week because the Nut Hut has voted on Ricky Fowler to be the subject of the family sweat bet at the longest odds since the family sweat bet has been in place. 18-1 to win outright is what the Nut Hut has voted on. The Nut Hut family is riding with Fowler. We'll talk about that board in a minute, but also presented to you by our friends at Leaderboard. Down the board, Pat. This is where we take a look at the leaderboard from last week. We go down the board a little bit. We talk about somebody else, somebody different. And this guy is actually relevant. My guy, Pat, is relevant this week, but he's also relevant next week. And I think he's a little underappreciated, maybe undervalued, maybe uh, maybe he's being overlooked, undervalued,
Okay.
underappreciated, overlooked. Okay.
Okay.
And I might be guilty of it myself, if I'm honest. But Corey Connors, this is Corey Connors' week, right? Years ago, he Monday qualified into this event, won the event. Nobody had a clue who he was. Now he hasn't won since, but he's been a pretty good player on the PGA Tour, I would say. He's had good finishes in the majors. Corey Connors went 2-1-0. He only lost to Cam Young, Pat. He was in the Cam Young group in match play. Only lost to Cam Young. Gained 3.7 strokes ball striking last week. Gained over a shot on putting last week, which is interesting because Pat, I mean, you've been around long enough. We were doing this before Corey Connors was even on the PGA Tour Monday qualifying. Is Corey Connors a good putter long term?
No, he's
No,
not.
he is not. He is not.
No.
Well, he has gained strokes now putting in 3 of his last 4 events, and that's something to pay attention to because the off the tee play, the iron play is the calling card of Corey Connors, and it's usually extremely solid. And with the match play, doing what it does, produces a little bit of variance, right? He didn't get out of group play, kind of goes overlooked. But 2-1, losing to a guy that made the finals and gaining strokes again putting is interesting. This is also a guy who's played the Masters now 5 times, and he has improved every single year. First year, after he won here, missed the cut. The next year, finished 46th, made the cut. The next year, he finished 10th. The next year, finished 8th. Last year, finished 6th. Corey Connors, to me, is one to watch at Augusta. He's 75-1 on DK right now for the Masters. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be surprised because there's a lot of heavy hitters up top, but it's 75-1. If we can see Charles Schwartzel win the Masters, if we can see Sergio after all those years win the Masters, Coco's interesting, and I like where he's at right now. That's my guy.
Okay. Well, here's my guy, DB. And this really kind of applies a little bit to I actually had 2 that this was between, and this one came up in the last minute. And by the last minute, I mean 3 seconds ago as you were finishing. Okay. But I feel like I need to go the opposite route. Like,
Okay.
this is a guy that I think a lot of people are going to pay attention to this week that I don't think they should be. And I think they need to slow their roll a little bit. Okay. Whether it's in DFS or whether it's in betting. Okay. Because you know what? Matt Kuchar had a pretty good week last week at the match play. All right. He made it out of group play. He got some talk because I think he either surpassed Tiger in matches won at the match play, or he
Yep.
was like right there or something in total matches won. So everybody wanted to talk about Matt Kuchar. And then this week, what happens? Okay. Let's get to the Valero. Matt Kuchar's here.
Yeah.
All right.
Played well here.
He's here. He's got a great record here. Everybody's all excited about some Matt Kuchar. But you know what? I think he's a stay away when it comes to betting. I think he's a stay away when it comes to DFS. I don't want to put 30. What is he? He's 30-1, 28-1, something like that as far as his odds are concerned. I don't like it. And I'm just going to stay away from him, DB. So I think if you got excitement about Matt Kuchar, you just need to simmer it down, okay? Based off of what you saw at the match play. Let's just not even worry about it. Let's just forget about Matt Kuchar. There's better options to put your money on.
So finished T2 here last year, lost by 2 shots. He was tied with Matt Jones, lost to JJ Spawn by 2. His last victory came in January of 2019.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not great. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while for Matt. Okay.
I just don't think he's winning. I'm not putting any outright money on him.
I mean,
I don't even know if I'd put top 20 money. It's like plus 140.
Top 20 is not bad, but I mean, I definitely don't want to bet Matt Kuchar to win this week. I mean, it's tough. Like, when you're old and rich, I mean, he's really rich. Matt Kuchar's made a lot of money playing golf. A lot of money.
Yeah. Probably more so in his pocket because he doesn't like tipping people.
Oh yeah, we still got that. He's got to overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's down the board. Presented to you by our friends at the Leaderboard. Check out the app. Link in the description. Masters obviously is coming. Listen, you need to know about a couple things for Masters Week. Number 1, Judge Lisa Ann is back.
Yes.
For Junkies Court. That's right. That video is going to drop this week or this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Me and Pat are going to present Judge Lisa Ann with an outright case for the Masters that you should fire on. It's going to be a long shot. It's not going to be a short number. We're not going to sit there and argue Rahm over Scheffler. Like, what service will we be doing to the betting community by doing that? We'd be wasting.
It's not helpful. It's a waste of time.
We're not going to do that. But anyway, she's going to decide. It's going to be a good show. It's great. She was fantastic for the Players Championship. She's been humble enough to come back. So Lisa Ann coming back. Sleepers video for the Masters is going to drop. I'm going to give you a few names to pay attention to for that. You're going to want to check that out. We're doing the regular Masters shows on Sunday this week. So one will be live. Time is TBD. And then the other will probably drop on Monday. All the other regular content, The emails will go out. There will not be a first look show because we're doing it so early on Sunday. So no first look show for you Nut Hut members. Sorry, but we're already doing it on Sunday. And then on Wednesday, there will be the lunchtime chat with myself, DB, and there will also be the Wednesday night live chat. We'll have a very robust chat with me and Pat on Wednesday night before Masters. Get you ready, get you going, get you pumped. It's going to be great. So stay tuned for all that. Don't forget, you can also win a bunch of Masters merch. 3 ways to win. We're going to choose the 3 winners and let you know on Thursday this week. So you have a few days to knock this out. Do it. If you've not already entered all 3 of these ways to win, we're going to have 3 different winners. We're going to contact you on Thursday. You're going to give us your wish list, your mailing address, and we're going to go shopping for you on our own dime. If you are the winner of the $500 in merch, it's because you left a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And on Apple, you wrote a review and you gave us your Instagram or Twitter handle, your email address, some way to contact you. That's the $500 winner. $300 winner if you just simply subscribe to the YouTube channel. So one of our YouTube subs is going to win $300 in merch. And then another $200 in merch is going to go to someone who subscribes to our weekly email list. There is 1 list, 2 emails. Heavy petting email on Tuesdays, chalk bomb email on Wednesdays. Both great pieces of content that get you ready for DFS and betting every single week. If you're a subscriber, you're already entered. Stay tuned and be ready, because when we come calling, we got to hear from you quickly. What your size is, what your wish list is, and so on and so forth. There's also another huge Masters contest announcement coming. So stay tuned in this podcast, and we will tell you that here in just a minute. All right, Pat. God dang, dude. I'm just so pumped about the match play. Like, I had just been talking to you about what I was going to have to draw on my face. I just said last week, like, if I don't win anything
Yeah.
in the next 2 weeks for the Masters show, what am I going to draw on my face? And now I really don't feel like I have to draw anything on my face. I think the butterfly momentum is carried over, the butterfly effect, some would call it.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good, yeah.
yeah, that may have just carried over. But I also attribute a lot of it to the Nut Hut inspiration. We had a great chat last week. We've got some sharp people in there. Joe continues to crush it in head-to-heads. I mean, Joe is up 13 units in just since January in head-to-head betting. Then that is exclusively found in the Nut Hut as a premium member, as a paying member. So you got to realize, in the link below in the description of the video and the podcast, there are 2 links to the Nut Hut, to the Discord. There's one that's a premium and one that's a free version. The free version, you don't really see a lot. I mean, you kind of see, you like see the panty line of the Nut Hut, honestly. You just really see a panty line. And if that
Yeah.
gets you going, good for you.
It's
But
like a little side boob.
I think
I don't even know if it's side boob.
it's not even. It's less than a side boob. But the premium version.
Let's talk
Oh
about
God.
that for a
Oh
second.
dear.
I mean, you just don't get side boob anymore because you get almost the whole thing. And there was something about side boob, DB, like back in the day, like in our day, when you were at the pool, okay, and the hot mom, the MILF walked by, and the first side boob you ever got of the MILF, even in the one piece that went like it got cut like on the sides, and you thought something happened, like it was a wrong cut for some reason, but you got to see the side boob.
Mhm.
And now you see the whole, like, everything. It's like with the pasties and stuff.
It's just too much.
There's nothing left to the imagination. Like, the fact that these people these days, the kids these days, don't even know probably what I'm talking about with the side boob is
Yeah, some
upsetting.
some kids have never even seen one. They've never even seen or heard of it.
Yeah, they're like a
Now
side
you
boob.
get to
They're
go
like a
put
side
that,
boob, but yeah, I get,
or what is it?
you know, 9/10 of the boob right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is a problem. What's your podcast juice tonight, by the way? What are we drinking right now for the betting show?
I'm still
Still the
drinking the
same?
same. Yeah, I'm just finishing up the beer from the.
Weird.
DB, it's
Weird.
moderation for me these days. Actually, I'm just trying to kind of get geared up for Masters Week.
Yeah.
So you know how it is. We gotta
Yeah.
take it easy. But I just wanted to say that about side boob because I feel like it's a lost thing that we may never get back.
Yeah. All right. Well, RIP. Thank you for that, Pat. And we're 19 minutes in, and we've not talked about
Sorry.
a bet for the week.
My
So
fault. That was my fault.
no,
Let's
no, no, not your fault. We've got a lot to go over, a lot to
yeah.
talk about. Let's look at the top of the board, though. 25-1 and shorter. Okay. First of all, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to stay away. I- I'm not tempted by either Hatton or Hideki. I'm just not. We talked about
No.
it a little bit in DFS. There's one guy in DFS I'd play. There's one guy. But in the betting market, I'm just not. Like, to me, this is a long shot season tournament. We've had, I think, 5 of the last 8 winners here have won for the first time on the PGA Tour. Freaking, I already said it. Connor's Monday qualified and won this dang thing, and the field is garbage. So this is definite. The wind's going to be blowing in Texas. This is setting up to be a lovely long shot season opportunity. The DB's Big Balls betting card is already out in public. I talked about a lot of guys. We broke down and worked through a lot of guys in the first look show this morning, Pat, with the family. That was my family time with the Nut Hut Discord. The premium paying members get the first look show every Monday morning. And we had family time this morning, and we worked out a lot of good names, got a lot of good numbers, a lot shorter now than they were then. But Hideki and Hatton not finding their way on any of them. We talked about this ad nauseum on the DFS show, so I don't think we have to hammer it, but I think we're both in agreement that Ricky Fowler at 20-1 on FanDuel, we're just going to bet it, and we don't give a rip that we already know. We already know that we might be shamed for it because people will say, "Oh, Ricky Fowler hadn't won in who cares? You're a sucker. Don't be a sucker for Ricky." And the books know that everybody wants to bet Ricky because he's a likable guy, so they shorten the number, and his real number should be like 40 or 50-1. You're a dummy. We get it. We get it. But it's Valero week, and we don't care. We're all going to pull for Ricky Fowler because we like Ricky Fowler, and we want the story of him winning this week and advancing to the Masters, which is the only other way you can get in if you're not in. So we're betting Ricky at 20-1, and we don't care who knows it or who likes it or doesn't like it. You don't have to tail it. You don't have to like it. But we do. Okay?
Yeah. He's going to be on my card. If you follow the card on Twitter or you followed in the Nut Hut,
Yeah.
Ricky's going on there. As a matter of fact, I just want to see the comments. I would love to see
Yeah.
the smart ass comments. Oh, Ricky Fowler. Yeah, great. You're a sharp.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
I don't care.
He can't be on my card because my card by rule has to be 25-1 or longer.
So he's going on
But
mine.
but if you fade Pat's card and you fade my card at your own peril, both up nearly 30 units apiece, do you, boo? Do you, boo? Maybe it's one of those weeks where we don't hit it and you turn out good, but I don't know. Now, I will say this. As much as I do think it's a long shot season tournament, I am tempted also by Connors and Siwoo here.
I was
Connors
just
at
about to
21,
say
who I've already talked
Connor's
about.
more so for me than Siwoo. I don't know if I'm behind you with Siwoo. I'm sorry.
Disappointing, but okay.
I know that's disappointing, but here's the thing with Siwoo is I never just feel like I don't have a good Siwoo radar like you do.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I'd probably save him for next week at 80-1 or whatever he is next week. Just to
Well, I got him at 150-1 in Vegas. It's circa, thanks to Benton.
what is he now? Well, no worries. We don't need to worry about that. But
No.
anyway, I like Connors more so than I like Siwoo. Connors is kind of sticking out for me a little bit in the shorter end.
Yep. All right. That's kind of the short end. Let's work down to this mid range. This is where I think we're going to be living.
Yep.
So I mentioned a huge Masters announcement. We do have a massive giveaway that is brand new, just popped up today, and you're going to want to know about it because it would involve you and a friend coming to Augusta next week. And I'm pretty sure you would want to do that, but you better act quickly. So here's what happened. I dropped a podcast this morning, Monday morning. So you're going to have to go to your podcast feed, wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay. Scroll just a little bit. Monday morning, I think it's a 6-minute podcast where I give you the details of how to enter. But basically, you and a guest could have a chance on Thursday morning to get a message from us saying, hey, we have 2 experiences for you, one for you, one for a guest, on Wednesday in Augusta that you don't have to pay for, but you have to use, and we're going to hand deliver them to you, and it's yours, okay? and that's pretty cool. Now, you have to figure out how to get here, where to stay, but we will help you out. We will hook you up. We know people, we know places, we can help you out, okay? But it's Augusta, and if you've never been and you have the opportunity to go at no cost, you figure it out.
Yeah.
So we'll help you with that, okay? But it's going to be quick notice. So very quickly, you're going to have to be like in or out, one or the other. And we'll draw somebody else. So details on how to do that. It's very quick to enter, very free to enter. Doesn't cost you anything, but maybe 5 minutes. If you want to enter for a chance to have your name called for that on Thursday morning, you better do it quickly. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Go to the podcast feed. It's not on YouTube. It is only in the podcast feed. So wherever you listen, check it out. Okay. Mid-range. Up to 75 to 1, Pat.
Yes.
Up to 75 to 1. Okay. Your thoughts. I'll let you go first. I've got my betting cards out, so I'm a little, I normally don't have the betting card out before the show.
Yeah, that's what shocked me when you said that earlier. I was kind of
Well,
you
I got
threw
a
me off.
lot to do in preparation for Masters Week. So I'm
Okay.
trying to
Well,
pound through the Valero stuff so that I can get to the Master stuff. So I went ahead and knocked it out because I found good numbers this morning with the family. So
okay. Well, then here's where I'm starting. There's a few in here that I like. First off, DB. Brendan Todd.
yep.
Brendan Todd is the best number I see him is at 48 to 1 on FanDuel. He is a guy that is never going to excite you. You know, Brendan Todd is not the most
Is it
exciting
weird that I'm
person.
kind of excited about Brendan Todd though tonight, which I'm normally not.
You're not. I'm just saying, like,
A little bit tonight.
personality wise, he's just
Yeah,
there.
he's very funny. Remember when we had him on the show? He
Well,
was
no, yeah, he
surprisingly
is.
funny.
He is. I'm talking about his game. Just let me do this, okay? And then you
Okay.
can talk about you can add your color. But he has been playing fairly well recently. You know, had a T27 at the Players. Has a really good history here. Well, I say that. Sorry. T8 last year. I think you go back further, maybe he's had some better finishes, but also checks a lot of boxes this week. Brendan Todd to me at 48 to 1 is a very good number. Couple reasons he checks boxes, by the way. Putting, he's number 2 in the field in Bermuda, putting the last 100 rounds. Top 25 in opportunities gained. 4th in scrambling. Checks the box and ball striking. Also strokes gained approach. So I do like Brendan Todd a lot at 48 to 1. Another one, DB. Ryan Fox. He is at the wonderful, beautiful number on FanDuel at 44 to 1. I love the fact that they have these numbers like this. I talk about this all the time, but I just love this 44 to 1 number when he's 40 to 1 on every other book. So Ryan Fox
You would
is
rather the 44 to 1 if he was 45 to 1 on another book because you don't like odd numbers.
exactly, and 44 is even my fate. I love it. 2 4s? Are you kidding me? All right. So I love some Ryan Fox there at 44 to 1. And then the last one, second place last week. Now I got to figure out a way to get you more behind this guy. Okay. That sounded funny. I need to get you behind this guy.
Happily
DJ.
married. I'm happily
All
married,
right.
Brad, but
Nikolai Højgaard is 55 to 1 on FanDuel. He's as short as 45 to 1 on DK, 45 to 1 on PointsBet. But I like Nikolai Højgaard. He is a fantastic, just international player. Has done, he's played 8 tournaments this year. He's made all 8 cuts. Second place last week at Corrales. A little better field this week, but still not the strongest field out there. I think he can continue his good play. So Højgaard at 55 to 1. There you go. DB.
look at you in the, just getting all cozy with some of these DP World Tour come-overs, the Foxes and the Højgaards and all.
Mhm.
That's normally not your style.
Well, I mean, Matt Wallace just won DB last week.
Matt Wallace just won, and I've been bullish on him all year. I drafted him in my season-long league. I've been talking about him in Sleepers videos for weeks. and now you've finally gotten on him. I'm glad I've convinced you,
No,
Pat.
no, wait. No, I've been on him.
Well, not
And then he hurt me. He hurt me bad, which is one of the
you guys
reasons
have
that
been separated for a long time.
we've been separated for a long time, and now all of a sudden we're kinda dating again.
You know what? That's funny. My wife told me this the other day. This is girls are weird. My wife was telling me about some Instagram influencer she follows, which that just means like a stay-at-home mom who's really good at Instagram, and so she's built up a following. But she apparently she's divorced, and her and her husband are like talking again. And my wife was like, "God, it is so hot when divorced people are like back into the like dating phase." And I was like, "What? What? Why is that so hot?" Like
What
th-
ha
they're just like out of the habits that they were in, and now they're like ready to get. They kind of went out there, and probably the dude was like, "Oh, I can probably get something better than you," and he went out and figured out he can't. So now he's like back.
Yeah.
He's like back in it, and he's doing all the things he had to do to get her the first place. Like I don't understand why that's so romantic. Anyway,
I kinda agree there. Like, I mean, I could see it a little bit, but
she was like all yeah. I don't know.
mm,
Yeah, agree with you on Todd. Agree with you on Fox. Like both those guys. I will add Matt Wallace at 40 to 1 on
yeah.
DK.
Why can't I
Normally,
get you to what's wrong with Højgaard? What do you have?
I
What do
I
you
like
have? What's
I
this?
like I like Højgaard. I like long hitting, young people, which is good. Normally you're off of those.
Well, you're an ageist. You're an
You just like him
ageist.
because he's a twin. That's what you like. You like him because he's a twin.
Well, I mean, yeah, twins stick together. You don't like him because he's from
Especially
Denmark.
Siamese twins.
What?
Siamese twins especially stick together.
Well, yes.
I mean, they do. They do. But I don't think Rasmus and Nikolai are Siamese twins, but
I'm
I
sitting here
don't mind him.
trying to picture them. Okay, never mind.
I don't mind him at all. He's just not.
Do you have something against people from Denmark?
No. No, I don't. I mean, if I look at Højgaard, though, here's the thing. Look at his opportunities against real competition on the PGA Tour.
Oh, the
Literally,
Hero Indian Open isn't real competition?
no, it's
The
not.
Thailand Classic where he finished 5th?
No, nor is Corrales Punta Cana, where he finished runner-up. I mean, he missed the cut at the Open in 28. Last year, missed cut at the Honda, missed cut at Arnold Palmer, missed cut at Corrales, missed cut at PGA Championship, missed cut at Genesis Scottish, 53rd at the Open. Now he finishes second at Corrales. He's 40 to 1 or 50 to 1 or whatever, and you're just excited.
The Bizarro Fortinet Championship in Australia at 57th? That doesn't excite you?
Somebody's learned how to work the official World Golf Ranking
Did
website,
you
huh?
know that Fortinet had they sponsored not only a PGA Tour event, but also the Australian PGA?
No, but as weak as this field is, it still does not inspire me to necessarily bet him outright at that number. So I like the player. I do. I think, and maybe, miscut at Corrales last year to almost winning it this year. Hey, I'll give it to you. Maybe something's clicking for young Nikolai. Maybe he just needed some separation between him and his brother. Maybe his brother's been smothering him a little bit over on the DP World Tour. And he's like, I'm going to go over here to the States and see what I can do. So maybe he pops up, but I would rather see him do something in a decent, halfway decent, like not alternate field event before I rush to bet him at 45 to 1 or 50 to 1 or whatever he is.
55 to 1. Anyway, all right, let's move on.
All right. There's other names in here, but you can check out the betting card. All right. So in the longer range, 75 to 130 to 1. There's a few names in here I love. And 3 of them are at 90 to 1, or at least they are right now.
I think I've got 2 of them on my list that you've
Been on.
ding, one.
We love Ben on.
Yeah.
Like, love it. I talked about him on the DFS show. Go listen to that if you need convincing. Ben Martin. So I'm heavy on Ben's
Ding. That's 2.
90 to 1. Ben Martin is coming. I mean,
Yeah.
he's ready to go.
And by the way, if you got him at 90 to 1, you're already ahead of the game because he's 80 to 1 now across the board.
You would have got
So
him at 90 if you're on the first look preview on Monday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, only for Discord premium members.
I still like him at 80 to 1. I had him written down at that number. So
You
I
can't
would
be a side boob member and get that show in the Nut Hut.
no, you can't.
I do still like him at 80 to 1. And then Brandon Wu.
Okay, that one was out of left field. I did not think you were gonna go Brandon Wu.
He didn't? Yeah.
No, how do you end up on Brandon Wu?
What are you talking about? How do I end up on Brandon Wu? Aren't you the Brandon Wu guy? How is this not happening?
I mean, I am, but I mean, I kind of it's like relationships sometimes. You come and they come and they go.
Well, that's exactly what Brandon Wu tends to do, but that's why I kind of like him as an outright bet. I mean, he kind of comes and goes. Miscut at the Sony and the
Yeah,
Amex, then
and he was
runner up at the
terrible
Tech.
to Valspar when everybody wanted to play him.
Yeah, then miscut at the 50th, then a miscut at the Genesis, then bang, 14th at the Honda, gained almost 8 strokes with approach play, 19th at the Players. Like I'm interested in Brandon Wu at a big number at 90 to 1. I don't think I'd be excited about him at 60 to 1 or 50 to 1, but at 90 to 1, I'm very interested.
Okay. Well, I guess my 90 to 1 guy doesn't have that much over Brandon Wu because it was Nick Hardy who was like miscut, 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 miscut. Corrales T13. But
I love Nick Hardy, man. I love Nick Hardy. We talked to him at the Players. He's our
yeah,
boy,
he's a great guy.
friend of the pod, great dude. And everybody in the Nut Hut was talking about him this morning. Everybody's like, "Oh, he found him something at Corrales," which maybe he did. I just to win, Pat, to win. Do you really
Well, you
think
can't. Yeah, but Brandon Wu.
there's a difference? Do you really think
What's the difference? There's no
the
difference.
difference is like a T19 at the Players is a win at Corrales? Like that's a win. Are you kidding?
Oh,
That's
now we're like putting it. Okay.
the strongest field in golf versus an alternate field event in Punta Cana. I just I'm not I really think Nick Hardy has legit game, and I think his game is actually better suited for an event like the Valero or at a slightly tougher course than it is at Punta Cana Corrales. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go ahead and just blow my load on Nick Hardy after a freaking half a dozen missed cuts and a decent finish at Corrales after 1 week. Did he find something? Well, I don't know. How hard is it to find something against Andres Romero or whoever?
I'm the
in
same
Punta Cana?
about Brandon Wu though. I don't like I like Wu.
I just gave you what I just gave you all these tournaments that Brandon Wu has played well in, and they are all light years better. He's gaining strokes in harder fields.
Here's the way I would think about
The Players, the Honda, the Pebble
it.
Beach.
Okay, screw all that. Here's the way I would think about it. You're going to your local coffee shop, the coffee shop that you love to go to every single day. Okay.
We're about to spin the wheel. Hang on.
They got a hot barista. Okay. You love the barista and you want to go into your coffee shop to get your coffee, and it's going to cost you maybe $4, $5. All right. But you got to skip your coffee day and the hot barista, and you got to put your $5 somewhere else.
Story?
No, I'm just saying. And I'm trying to relate this with the everyday person.
Okay.
Okay. And you got to put that
You're
coffee
saying
money.
everyday people can't relate to arguing Brandon Wu and Nick Hardy in their head?
Just let me go with this. So Brandon Wu, you got to put your coffee money, your missed hot barista coffee money on Brandon Wu or Nick Hardy. Who are you going to do it? And then who can you envision being at the Masters next week? Brandon Wu or Nick Hardy? Because I mean, I couldn't have envisioned Corey Connors being at the Masters when he won.
I mean,
but I think Nick Hardy, I feel like I can see him there.
I was
Brandon
just about
Wu,
to say,
I just
I
don't
can
know.
actually see Nick Hardy at the Masters more than I can Brandon Wu. But For some reason, I can see Brandon Wu winning the Valero more than I can see Nick Hardy winning the Valero.
All right, what are we betting? Like,
We're spinning the wheel.
if we're spinning the wheel, like it's just whoever finishes higher.
What we typically do in situations like
Okay.
this is whoever finishes higher, and then the tiebreaker is DraftKings points scored. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. Okay. I
By
feel
the way,
like they're very. I mean, it's the
you
same
still
exact
owe
odds.
a punishment. You still owe your sexy picture. And
I know. I'm getting my body ready for it,
you said
DB.
weeks ago that you had no. That is not the point.
No, my body needs to be in a.
You have to
It's
give
getting
me a
in a better
deadline of
shape
when you're paying that off. You have to pay that off soon. When is it?
at some point.
No. You have to pay that off before the Zurich. So by the end of the Heritage, that has to be paid off. We got to be done with that.
Okay. All right.
Ready? Shoe shot.
Shoe shot. All right. This has been done before.
And the winner gets to pick whatever the shot is.
Yeah, and I had to take the shoe shot last time, right?
I think so. I don't think I've ever taken a shoe shot.
When have you last lost a bet? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It has been a while. But you know, we went up. It's kind of been in waves because there was a wave where like
Yeah,
you were
man,
having you
I
had
got
to eat
slapped
out a
in the
pumpkin.
face. I had to eat out a pumpkin. I got my legs shaved. I got all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And honestly, I think the worst might have been the pumpkin.
All right, David Lingmerth, by the way, is 110 to 1. I like David Lingmerth a lot at 110 to
I've
1.
never been more excited about David
Yeah.
Lingmerth.
Little David Lingmerth creeping up the green, dropping birdies on you and winning you money.
He will kick your ass, and you will be surprised. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on David Lingmerth, and there's another guy in here that I'm in on, but I'm gonna wait, and you can just look at it on the Big Balls betting card because I bet it would surprise you. Okay, Pat, I am let's go to the next range. Bombs over 130 to 1. We got to get to our top 26 pack. Before we do that, check this out. Yo, we are excited to announce a partnership with Underdog. Finally, it's happening. You know, you're probably tired. If you're in look at these states. Look at all these states right here. If you're on YouTube, look at all these states where you can play Underdog. Now, Underdog offers Pick'em, which you just saw the video for, and Best Ball. Best Ball Golf, the only place you can find Best Ball DFS for golf is at Underdog. And the best place that you can find Pick'em Golf is Underdog. And you know what? They're not going to tinker around with the payouts, which other sites do, and I'm frankly pissed about and tired of. So Underdog stepped up and said, "You know what, Tour Junkies, we'll ride with you boys, and we'll invest in the golf product." And we're pumped about it. I'm excited about it. In fact, one of the things that we asked Underdog to do is we asked Underdog, "Hey, can you guys get the Pick'em plays out on Monday?" And you know what they said? They said, "Sure." And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Pick'em plays out on a Monday.
Love it.
Coming out on a Monday. Coming out on a Monday. So look at this. Look at this. You can pick higher or lower, and your multipliers and your payouts are all right here. You can do insured or uninsured entries, and all the payouts are going to stay the same no matter what you choose. You'll always know what your payouts are going to be. You can win up to 20x your money. It's beautiful. So that's the Pick'em. The rivals will probably come out on Tuesdays, and they also have best ball drafts. We got to fill the albatross right here. This is the albatross. It's their $10 entry, $500,000 in prizes, $100,000 to first place in the albatross, and it's best ball for the major championships. So it starts in a week with the Masters. Click here. You can do 30 seconds per pick, or 4 hours per pick. If you want to do the long draft, do you, boo. 150 max entries. you're going to get the Masters. If you make it through that, you're going to play the PGA Championship. If you make it through that, the US Open, then the Open Championship. The beauty about best ball is once you're done with your draft, you're going to draft your 10 players, then you're done. You just have to sit back and let the chips fall where they may. They also have a $250 entry and a $3 entry if you just want to kind of dip your toe in and see what the best ball world is all about. All that is available in most states in the US. Get involved, get on Underdog, and ride with us. There's a link in the description of the video and the podcast, and that'll have you set up with everything you need. It'll also give you a 100% deposit match up to $100 with that link or the code Junkies. But just click the link and the code should pre-fill Junkies there with Underdog. Get involved. The Underdog play on the pick 'em play is now going to be the featured play in the heavy petting email every single week. We've got Underdog best ball draft strategy going down in the Nut Hut Discord, as well as daily or round by round pick 'em strategy and plays in the Discord. Tons of people already involved in Underdog. Might be you already, but play the PGA thing with us if you're in one of these states. It's fantastic. We love Underdog, and we're grateful for them for partnering with the show. So click the link below, and let's go. Beautiful. Pat, any bombs over 130 to 1? I mean, this is the site of JJ Spawn and Andrew Landry winning. Stephen Bodish for his first win. Shout out Baudo, baby.
Yeah, I
Any
think
bombs?
I've got a couple here. A guy we almost saw win earlier this year, Hayden Buckley, is at 130 to 1. Now, a lot of this just is kind of like odds related. Like if you're looking at like DraftKings pricing and everything else, like he's right there with guys that are right, like we just talked about, Brandon Wu, who's 90 to 1. That whole range. He's right there. Ben On. We like Ben On a lot. He's 90 to 1. But Hayden Buckley you're getting for 130 to 1. So I think just as far as value is concerned, and a guy that we did almost see win earlier this year, Hayden Buckley, I like him. Kevin Chappell has won this golf tournament back in, I don't know, 2017, 2018. But he's been playing well recently. I mean, he is 180 to 1. But you just look at like the past few times he's played here, been well, and then T18 last year, and then just look at his recent form, which I think is really interesting. A guy that I didn't look like, I just hadn't really looked at him all that much. T16 at Corrales, T15 at Puerto Rico, top 30 at the Honda Classic, which is they're all not like the greatest of fields. Honda Classic being probably the best of the three, but good finishes for Kevin Chappell. His game's starting to come around. We know long shots can win here, and he's obviously won this golf tournament before. Kevin Chappell, 180 to 1.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay on Kramer Hickok one more week, probably. I mean, obviously he's not gonna be in the Masters unless he wins this week, but I'm gonna stay on him. He's playing well. I was a little disappointed in the 46th place finish at Corrales, but making cuts consistently now, which has been refreshing for Hickok. The irons have popped and peaked on occasion. The putter, short game is always really solid. Off the tee is usually really solid. He's had a terrible record here, but overall, pretty done pretty good in Texas. Played in Texas in college. Runner up at the Travelers in that like 7-hole playoff loss to Harris English. 4th place at the Houston Open in 2021. He's bucked his head at the Byron Nelson a couple times. So 130 to 1 Kramer Hickok for me. And then just another, Texas boy, SMU graduate, Texas resident, nappy factor, recent new dad for the first time, Austin Smotherman at 200 to 1 on DraftKings. I'll do it. Great driver of the golf ball, good mid to long iron player, which, here you hit a lot more wedges. Hopefully Austin kind of figures that out a little bit, but 200 to 1's worth a sprinkle. So that's probably it for me. Ready for the top 26 pack?
Yeah.
Pat, we started doing the top 26 pack, I think this year, 2023.
Yeah, we did.
And last week was the first time we did not have a good week.
We sucked?
Yeah, we didn't get any. We didn't hit any of them.
Damn it.
Yeah. We did it for Corrales. So, it's Corrales. Like, what do you want from us? It's Corrales. So I think if there was a week to not hit one, I think it was probably last week. And we successfully did that. So good for us. Good for us for the really crappy week being Corrales based.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for us there.
The same week that Nick Hardy found all that form that everybody's talking about. By the way, before I get into this, drop in the comments. This is a YouTube comment. Junkies Court coming up with Lisa Ann. Me and Pat are going to pitch a long shot each for the Masters. Okay. Who would your Masters long shot be? Like, let's say 30-1 or longer. Who would your Masters long shot be? Put that in the comments. Who would you pitch to judge Lisa Ann? Okay. Put that in the comments. Don't be nasty. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. All right. Pat, I'll start. Ready?
Yeah.
Corey Connors is still at a plus number on DraftKings right now, plus 110. I'll take Corey Connors for one of my locks.
Okay. This is a back and forth thing?
Yeah, back and forth.
Okay. Is that how we've always done it?
I can't remember. I don't know, but that's how we're going to do it right now.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Then I'll start with Chris Kirk at plus 130.
I had him written down
I like Kirk.
as an option.
Playing very well this year.
I had 3 options written down, and you've just named one of them, so that obviously leaves probably an option that you had written down. Todd Father at 2-1. Brendan Todd 2-1 is a lock for me. Top 20.
Okay. You know what? I actually didn't, and I had a
You
poll.
didn't have Todd?
No, and here's who I had written down, which is gonna be you're gonna laugh at this because we talked about him ad nauseum. Is it ad nauseum? Is it ad
Yeah, you got that right.
nauseum, or is it like a one word like ad nauseum?
Oh, it's 2 words.
Anyway, we talked about him ad nauseum. Taylor Montgomery plus 140.
What?
I think, I don't like him to win, but I think a top 20 on a guy like him is pretty good. Plus 140. Write that one down. Let's check it back when we come back later next week for the Masters show. Let's see.
Wow. Okay, I did not see that coming. All right, my bomb, 1 bomb, 4-1 or longer. All right. This might be the last time I do this. This might be the last time I experiment with this guy for a minute. Because I think I had him at the Valspar, and he really hurt my feelings because I think he missed a cut like on the number or close to it. But he's gained strokes with his irons in literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 10 of his last 11 events, he's gained strokes with his irons. He's coming off a missed cut at the Valspar, a 27th at the Players, the strongest field in golf. Also had a 15th at the Pebble Beach, AT&T Pebble Beach, and obviously the famous runner-up at the Honda to Chris Kirk. Eric Cole is 4-1 on the dot. Never played at Valero, but I kind of like it. Corey Connors talked about it last year. He talked about how this course favors that right to left ball flight, which not many courses on the PGA Tour favor a right to left ball flight anymore. But he talked about that here. Augusta's one of them, another one that some have said favors a right to left ball flight. Eric Cole, you remember him hitting them little tight little draws right there with Chris Kirk all day at the Honda? 4-1, top 20, Eric Cole.
Okay. I got one for you that this is another surprise for you, DB. This one is at plus 450, so 4.5 to 1. Harry Hall.
Wow. Okay. I like Harry Hall.
13th at Corrales, top 10 at Puerto Rico.
I like Harry Hall.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
Yeah.
You ever seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him.
He wears that hat and everything. Looks like he's like
what do you think I do? I mean, yeah. I watch the coverage on ESPN Plus Thursday and Friday when Harry Hall's on because he's never on during the weekend.
No,
but
he's
yes,
not.
I do watch him.
Interesting character, but I like Harry Hall. Top 20 plus 450.
Love it. That is the top 20, 6-pack, some blocks, some bombs, all good stuff. Drop the comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out that other podcast, that little short one that dropped this morning with all the entry details to find yourself in Augusta next week. Don't forget the Augusta merch giveaway, the 3 ways to enter for that. Let's have a week. Masters is coming. I'm ready. Next week's show, the Masters shows. We're in person. We're together. Yeah. Pat's going to be in my house, in this house. in this territory. We're not going to be split screening it. We're going to be together in person again, probably getting lit. It's going to be a great show. I'm excited. But we've got the Valero and we've got opportunity. So you know what? Bend over your bookie. See ya.